Hey guys, welcome to the new garage. I'm excited to finally have you here. It's taken a long time to get everything done, but I'm excited to say it's finally basically finished. Anyway, so this is my filming area where we'll be doing most of the shooting and continue working on the FZ1. Before I get back to that though, let's go on a quick little tour of the garage here. So over here I kind of have my sandblaster area that has my press and metal bandsaw. Over here I have all this kind of built-in shelving I built and one of my desks. And then over here we have the workbench with the air compressor under there. And then finally over here we have the toolboxes and usually my welders over here as well. And this is going to be my filming corner kind of right here that I painted the floor white before putting the clear over it right there. So I hope you like it and let's get back to working on the bike. Okay, so now it's time to install the forks for the final time. So once you saw them on before, they were just mocked up and they weren't permanent yet. So basically it's just going to slide right into here first. Just like that. And I don't have the top one on yet, so I'm not sure where it'll sit. So I'm just going to barely tighten this up right here, just to kind of hold it so it doesn't fall on the ground. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Just going to slide the fork in here after you bang it on the stand. And again, I'm just going to barely tighten these up until I get it in, until I get the top triple clamp on. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the triple clamp here, or the top triple clamp. Just going to kind of get it in place there. And then go ahead and put the washer and the main nut on. I don't want to snug this all the way up yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just barely put a little bit of torque on this right here. So I'll make sure it's all the way down. Okay, so now I'm going to move the fork into its final position. So I'm going to loosen up that one I did earlier. And then I'm going to move it up here into the fork tube. Then you can see this line right here below the cap. That's where I'm going to set the top height of it to. So then I'm going to tighten this one right back up down here. Okay. So then we'll go ahead and torque both of these to 23 Newton meters, starting at this top one right here. Okay. On these double ones, I always like to check the other one. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I want to get these even as possible. Okay, and torque these down to 23 Newton meters also. Alright, so now those are done, and now we're going to do the upper ones. Okay, so now I'm going to install the upper triple clamp bolt here. This one's going to be torqued down to 30 Newton meters, so a little bit higher than the bottom ones. Okay, and then I'll do the same on the other side here. Okay, so now I'm going to reinstall the front wheel back on the bike. Pretty straightforward on this bike. Of course, this front axle is a 19mm internal hex. There we go. Now I'm going to torque it down to 72 Newton meters. Okay. Now I'm going to reinstall the pinch bolt. The pinch bolt, much like the bolts above it, is also going to be torqued down to 23 Newton meters. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just tighten down the main bolt or nut here. It is tightened down to 110 Newton meters. So I'll go ahead and turn the wheel all the way over to the right there. And there we go. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and start putting some of the cooling system back on. The first step is just going to be putting the radiator back on. It's really straightforward. On one side there's a bolt here. And then right here there's going to be a post that the this piece of the radiator right here is going to slide onto. So it's really pretty simple. Just goes right under like that, then that just slides onto that. And then first I'll install this bolt on this side before doing the bottom one. So it's just going to go right there. So now the radiator's hung. Okay, so up next I'm going to go ahead and be reinstalling this upper water pipe here, the one that goes onto the top of the head. So I'll just, when I put these on, I always put a little bit of oil on there to help it slip on too. It makes it a lot easier. There you go. So up top here it just has two 10mm bolts. I'm going to put those in first so it kind of sets the height that it wants of the tubes. Okay. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and tighten down the clamps down here at the bottom. There's the first one. There we go, and then that's installed. Okay, so next, the thermostat housing is going to go back on. It just has a 8mm bolt that's going to go to the frame, and then of course the tubes that go to that we just installed, and the radiator. So it's just going to go right in there like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and install this bolt right here. That's going to hold the thermostat housing. Okay, so just like the other piece, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this bolt down first here. There we go. So that's on now. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this upper hose here. And then I'll go ahead and install it back on the radiator here at the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to leave this one more or less loose for now until I get the radiator kind of in its final position in case I need to pull it back out. Okay, so up next I'm going to be reinstalling the coolant pipe that goes from the oil cooler here to the radiator. This one's really simple, just like the other one. It's just got a put a little oil on there so it slips on. It has a retaining ring right here that it goes through. Then right here onto the bottom of the radiator. Really super simple on that one. Go ahead and clip this in. I'll go ahead and tighten this down here. And then the bottom one. Alright, so that one's back on. So up next I'm going to go ahead and put the, I guess it's the radiator main bottom hose that goes from the pump to the radiator. It just slides in from the bottom of the frame here like that, and then right over that. And then the other end, of course, goes on the radiator. So if I can get that in place. And then just like the rest, tighten down this. Okay, so that's installed now. Okay, so now I'm going to be connecting this little coolant pipe right here that goes from this nipple here to the one down here. I'm not 100% sure what that's for. It's probably like an air bleed or something like that, bubble release. But anyway, just going to slide that straight on there, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom one on here. There we go. That just slid right on, all on its own.